Hey guys, I just want to say thank you very much for your comments from my last video on Instagram, the one titled I'm a depressed gay guy and I have no hope in my life. I did check a lot of your comments and your DMs. I just want to let you know that it's not that I don't want to reply to every one of you. It's just I can't. There are a lot of messages under my DMs and comments, but I do appreciate your help in whatever way. I really do appreciate it. And today I also want to say something else that also, you know, put a lot of stress on me. That is a constant topic that between me and my mom, like, can I turn from a gay guy to a straight person? So ever since I got out from prison last year, September, my mom just occasionally asked me if I want to try at least to find a girlfriend to date. And she wants me to go to see a doctor, like a brain doctor or like a psychiatrist, to see if they can turn me from gay to straight. And she told me that this doctor is really professional. He has treated a lot of cases like me. He treated like a lesbian, and then that lesbian successfully turned from a lesbian to a straight girl. So my mom was trying to convince me to do that with her, to see that doctor, but she's not really pushing me. So please don't see my mom as an evil woman, because she just wants the best for her son, and I totally get it. But like, we're from different generation. I am who I am. I don't think I can become like a straight person if I consult with a shrink or a psychiatrist or brain doctor or whoever. And my mom believes that the reason I am gay is because I was hurt by my father, or I was influenced by some factors during my childhood early on. So that turns me to gay, and it has nothing to do with gene, because I discussed this with her. I told her, look, the reason I am gay because it's in my gene. And I looked up on the internet. I told my mom that. I said I checked some researches online that says that you are gay because of who you are. That's something in your gene, because of the X or Y, in your gene, you know what I mean? But she doesn't believe it. She says, look, everything can be changed. And she said, I'm not pushing you, I'll give you time. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to talk to me right now. Maybe we can, take another day to discuss this. So this really stressed me out. And also, ever since I got out of jail, and because, the moment I got to jail, the policeman will send a letter to my family, so my mom and dad know that I'm gay. So basically, they outed me against my willing. So I was forced to come out as a gay person. And the prosecution is that I shot porn videos of myself and duplicate and selling to people. But once again, I never can get over it. Like somebody from YouTube said that, oh, I just have to unfollow this guy because he constantly makes him sound like a victim. Yes, I am a victim, so if you don't like the fact that I think I am a victim, that you think I am overreacting, I'm being dramatic, I'm sorry, you don't understand PTSD, right? Because every time when I am at home, every time when a person knocks on my door, I got nervous. I cannot even breathe because I thought it was gonna be the police again. That's serious. And I was treated like shit during the prison only because of the minor offense that I customized porn video, like solo jerking off videos to my fans who love to see my body. Like, I didn't cause like any social trouble to people. So at least you can give me a second chance to be a nice person if you think shooting pornography is a crime, right? So you can find me like 10,000, 100,000, I don't care, just don't put me in prison. I'm not a killer. So for those people who call me a victim, I think you don't know my whole life. You don't know what I have been through during my childhood. So I think it's unfair to call me out like that. so go back to the topic that ever since I was put in prison, my family immediately knows that I am gay, and because my prosecution was that I, do porn. So right now I'm out of jail for almost 1 year. So my mom, during the whole time, my mom still constantly worried about that I might have the possibility to shoot porn again to break the law. For example, every time, and she doesn't want me to hang out with the gay guys either. So every time when I go out traveling or go hang out with friends, the first question comes out from my mom's mouth is that is the friend you're going out is a man or a woman, and if it's a man, is it a gay guy or a straight guy? I mean, I totally get my mom, like where she comes from, because I also put a lot of torture on my mom since I went to jail, right? Because I am my mom's son. Like we are like the closest family in the whole world. So she was traumatized too because of I went to jail. She just worked her ass to think of thousands of possible ways to get me out earlier, but we both failed because we met some bad lawyers and evil lawyers that trying to get our money and don't want to do the best for me, because a lot of lawyers are really bad. Unfortunately, I mean, if you're a lawyer, I'm sorry that I'm calling you out, but I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying the reality that a lot of lawyers, they want to make money, so they're not trying to tell you the 100% truth unless you give a lot of money to them. So it's basically like a blackmail, and unfortunately this time our family met this type of lawyer. So anyways, I just want to keep talking about the fact that my mom is worried that I hang out with gay guys again. She doesn't want me to do that. But that really annoys me because I am a gay person. I need the gay social activities. I don't see what's wrong with that. Just like this February 2025, I went to Shenzhen to hang out with my friend. I stayed in my friend's home for 1 month in Shenzhen, and we flew to Thailand to travel together. So by the way, a little bit background story. This guy is very nice. He's actually from Hong Kong. He just resides in Shenzhen because everything is cheaper in Shenzhen rather than Hong Kong. And he probably just felt very sorry for me. He said, okay, now you have one more friend. If you ever want to come to Shenzhen, you can stay in my home, and which I did. So this February this year, I went to his home, for 1 month. We traveled to Thailand, but I don't want my mom to know that because I just want her to know that I was traveling with a normal friend, not a gay guy. So I have to lie to my mom. How much this kills me, because I told my mom that we can be transparent by the time when I was still in the jail, because during the time I was in jail, every suspect or I don't even know if I call myself a suspect because I don't feel like I'm a criminal, so we got like one visit from family each month. But it's not going to be like a real face-to-face meet up. It's going to be like through a computer, like a monitor screen. So I will go into that little room with some other criminals or suspects together. So like 4 or 5 people together in a row. So there are like a computer screens, and our family members is outside of the prison. So it's at the outside of prison. We just like have like a FaceTime call type of thing, so I promised my mom, because that time I was really worried about my mom's mental situation, because I know she's so worried outside the jail, worried about me, and she's worried about me too, and I was worried about her, so the feeling is mutual. So I promised her, because I want to calm her down. I said, look, so since this happened, it's not the end of the world, right? So I promise you, when I go out of jail, everything can be transparent. There's no secrets between us anymore. However, it kills me right now because I have to create a lie. Because when I was in the jail, every time my mom visit me like once a month, and she told me that so the thing she was trying to, like, we were just casually talking every time she visited me. We used through that video call, right? So she doesn't really said, okay, I accept you as a gay son, but somehow something she said makes me have the feeling that she accepts me as a gay son. So I had hope when I was still in the jail. I thought, okay, even when I go out of jail, maybe my mom will accept me so that I can totally have no burden on my shoulder. I can just be who I am, just be totally relieved. But I guess I was wrong. I got the wrong feeling from my mom. Maybe I just, get the wrong vibe. My mom still doesn't want me to be a gay person, but she's not that the extreme one. Like I said from the last video, my dad he's like immediately like a no, like you cannot be gay. But my mom is being the soft person. So anyways, she's worried who I hang out with. And now I have to lie to her because I don't want her to know that I keep hanging out with gay people, because she will feel sad and she will feel disappointed. So somehow I feel like this just makes me really frustrated because somehow I feel like I'm still in the closet in a different way. I'm not totally in the closet because now she knows I'm gay. That makes sense to you guys, right? However, I can still not be myself because my mom is not accepting 100%, is not 100% accepting, so and also like this year in April, I went to Japan, Korea, and America. So the people who are familiar with me, you can see from my posts, I traveled to different places. I was really happy I could have this chance that I can still go abroad, because when I was in the jail, a lot of cellmates told me that, okay, now you break the law, you're a criminal, and you will never ever go to those developed countries anymore. I was really, really sad when I heard that when I was in the jail. However, lucky me, I had my passport already. If I don't have a passport already and I want to apply for a new one and I'm a criminal, then I cannot guarantee myself a passport, and then that's a problem. And luckily, I already had my 10-year traveling visa to America like 5 or 6 years ago in 2019. I already guaranteed myself that visa. So this American travel visa will expire in 2029, which gives me another 4 years to visit America. I'm very happy about that. So I was lucky enough to travel to those places. And then I had to lie to my mom again because I was actually traveling with gay people this time. So I had to tell my mom, okay, these are the people who I know from Shanghai. Back to many years ago, I was working in Shanghai. Well, this part is true because I did work in Shanghai from 2015 to 2017. So those 3 years I was in Shanghai. I told my mom, okay, look, this long trip this time, I will travel with some people who I am familiar with, because my mom always worries something bad happened to me, like if I was like, if I hang out with some stranger, because this time I did hang out with a new friend, like 2 new friends to different countries, including America. So these people are like my new friends I made. You know what I'm saying? Including the February trip to Shenzhen and Thailand, also with new friend that I recently know, only because I went to jail and then I posted that viral video, like I was forced out to be gay, and that video went viral on YouTube. So that's the opportunity I get to know these two people, one in Shenzhen and one in America, and then we travel together, right? Or we hang out together. So the issue with this is that my mom, she just doesn't want me to trust any new people. She thinks they will do bad things to me. So I have to create lies that I told her, okay, I am traveling with people who I'm familiar with. So all these things just drive me crazy because I hate to lie to my mom. But on the other hand, I just wanted her to know that I'm okay, I'm totally safe, because they're not bad. I'm still alive, so this just really kills me. And since I also, during the past 5 years, not only I shoot some, customized porn video to my followers on Twitter, I also sold like Viagra and Popper. Do you know what Popper is? It's for gay people. Like if they sniff it, they will feel excited, or to loosen up your butthole, So for selling Poppers and Viagra. And then my mom also knows that after I was put in prison, right? So she was worried that because she knows that my supplier was from Guangdong province, and Shenzhen, the city, is in Guangdong province, so that's a coincidence. So this February, when I visit my friend in Shenzhen, she was worried about, oh, are you gonna sell those illegal stuff again, Viagra and Popper? And please don't do that, and just delete all your previous gay friends on WeChat. So this just makes me feel annoyed because I go to Shenzhen just to travel. I'm not gonna sell poppers and Viagra again, which I really I don't do it right now. Because I don't want to get in trouble, because I know that somebody selling Viagra and poppers in China also got caught in 2024. 2024 is a major year for Chinese government to do things like that. They will prosecute people for shooting videos, no matter straight or gay. But mainly I think gay, because I heard a lot of people, a lot of gay porn influencers on Twitter got caught in 2024 early on, like January. I was caught in January, February, I think 2024 February, and during that time, a lot of gay porn influencers got caught for selling that, and also later I heard people selling poppers and Viagra's got caught. And even people who do surrogate mother, like for gay people, like do surrogation. I don't know the word surrogacy or surrogation, like they hire a surrogated mother to give birth to new babies. And I heard from my cellmates when I was in the jail, they say, oh, I heard that somebody does that also got caught and put in prison. So that makes me just very terrified. Like, what is really legal in China anymore? What is legal? Like 99% will be illegal in China, is that right? So, but that's not even the point. It's just like my mom is being paranoid that I will do those things again. So even I just hang out with my friend, I visit friends in different cities or countries, my mom was still worried about me. She was worried about that I will go selling porn again, selling poppers and Viagra's again. And also this time before I went to America, I had a huge fight with my mom, but I had a fight with her over the phone when I was still in Japan, because my route this time itinerary is first from Shanghai and to Japan and Korea and then America, Hawaii. That's where I entered the border of America, Hawaii first, and then LA and places in California state in the west part of the USA. So my mom was trying to get me back to China when I was still in Japan. She said, oh, I heard that there's a lot of protests in the US and Trump is crazy. So maybe you all get in trouble when you travel to the US, so you please do not go to the US. And I said, Mom, I have already booked my ticket. I will go to the US. And then we had a huge fight. I was having this phone conversation when I was in Japan, because she wanted me to return to China right after my Japan trip, but which is impossible. I need my holiday. I want my vacation, because I suffered a lot from last year. If somebody offered me a nice trip, I should hop on, right? I need to go. I need to, at least to have some mental healing process. So this is really frustrating to me, and now you guys know where my stress comes from. The relationship between me and my mom is just like very funny. So sometimes we're really close because my parents got divorced when I was 7 years old, and ever since they divorced, I only stayed with my father for 2 years, which is hell to me. It's a hellhole. And then ever since that, I moved with my mom, and it's just always been the two of us. My mother supported me fully financially, 100%. She spent money on my daily life. She paid my tuition in school, and she even supported me fully when I studied abroad in the UK. I am always grateful to what my mom has done for me during this entire life of me. But look, I'm 36 years old. I'm a super adult. I'm not a teenager anymore. But my mom still feels like she has the obligation to take care of me. And right now I stay with my mom. I live with my mom. So I want to live alone, but I cannot get out of this house, because we only have like one apartment. So how can we separate? Then my mom needs to rent another place to live. It's not like she doesn't want to rent a place, because in her mind she says, before I get married or before I find a female partner, look, she wants me to find a female partner. She said, you need to find somebody, because when you get older, you guys need to take care of yourself. And once you find a partner and then you guys move together and live together, that's the time I can just be relieved, and then I can go out and move out on my own and just rent a house. That's what she said. but that's never gonna happen to me. I will not find a female partner, and even if I want to find a partner, I want a male partner because I'm gay. And she told me that it's not healthy, it's not a good look for two men to walk in and out from an apartment because people will give side eye on you. People think it's weird, it's unnatural, it doesn't fit the Chinese yin yang system, because yang means male and yin means female, so yin yang is like female and male, so men and women are supposed to be together, not woman relationship, not male relationship. So she thinks being gay, the fact of being gay, it doesn't feel the Chinese theory, like the yin yang theory, I'm sorry. So and also, when I shoot these crazy reels, to teach you guys Mandarin, how to say this, how to say that. Now a lot of you know that I shoot crazy videos, and like very sexual or very crazy. I cannot even let my mom know that, because my mom wants to know what I'm shooting. I told her, look, I'm shooting 100% legit Chinese learning stuff. I told her I was just trying to teach some normal everyday survival Chinese to my followers on social media platform. But then that's a lie, because you guys know this is not true. I tell you guys how to say bitches, how to say like a loose hoe, tight hoe. But I think this things is funny, because that's what people love to watch, and that's what can give me good views and give me good exposure, and can let people will see me on their FYP, and then that's why I can get popular and get students, right? Get students who want to study privately with me. But I can guarantee you guys, I'm not teaching any sexual stuff to my students in class when they study when they study privately with me. I always use a textbook to teach them everything necessary, like from basic, the pinyin, the reading system, and then teach them the basic vocabulary and grammar, and then build up their own sentence structure, and then we can try to be as communicative as we can. Once they have the ability to have conversations, I'll give them the chance to talk more in class so that they can practice their speaking, pronunciation, or grammar, and then I can just correct their mistakes right on spot if they make any mistakes, right? So I am a professional and a legit Mandarin teacher. But if you are being just so mediocre, being so ordinary, who wants to see your video? So that's why I have to be wild on social media, but that's not who I am. I am a fun person sometimes, but in real Chinese lesson with my private students, I always teach them real stuff. So it really kills me that I have to lie to my mom that I shoot like normal videos on social media, because that's not what I do. But people really love it. I promised my mom to be transparent with her when I was still in jail. I told you guys that like 10 minutes ago. But I guess I just can't, because there's no way that I can explain things clearly to my mom, like the reason why I do that, because she has her moral standard or her way of doing things. I have mine. We are separate individuals. She gave birth to me. I came out from her belly, but now I'm a total individual. You guys understand what I'm talking about? We're not on the same body anymore, so please just let me be me. And being gay, it's nothing wrong being gay, because there are so many successful gay people in the whole world. I am who I am. I want to hang out with gay people too, and I want to become like a successful person, but I still want to be gay. Just because someone is homosexual doesn't mean he cannot be a talented or successful person. Let's talk about Tim Cook, from Apple company, and so many successful American singers like Adam Lambert, and from the UK we have Sam Smith, and even homosexual politicians, very successful politicians with the right value or integrity, right? And some sportsmen that are gay, but they're all fabulous in their own field, in their own way. So why cannot be a successful gay Chinese Mandarin teacher or a gay Chinese teaching social media influencer? But on the other hand, something also upsets me a bit, because I think I am a smart person, but I think I'm a loser at the same time because I am not as successful as some of my gay peers. Because I know in China there are so many other gay social media influencers who are so successful. They have so much money, but I don't even have like 1 mil. I don't have even 1 million Chinese RMB. I'm not even talking about the US dollars. If I can have like 1 million Chinese RMB as the cash flow, like right now, I can just show you I have 1 million. That will just make me feel so fulfilled. I will feel like I'm so successful, but unfortunately I'm not. But while there are some other gay social influence in China, they have good luck. They just maybe they're more handsome than me. They have better muscle than me. Like I'm a middle-aged man. I'm 36 years old. No matter how hard I try because I have low metabolism. So even though I go to the gym every day, six times a week, like I go to the gym 6 times and then rest for 1 day. Even I work hard like that. Look, I still have fat on my belly. I'm still like not well shaped, and I have ugly nose. I'm not pretty. I mean, I'm not the most handsome gay influencer, right? So probably that's why I cannot be a model. I really want to be a model so much. There are so many things I want to do in this life, but I guess I just cannot achieve it anymore. I can't even not be a successful Chinese Mandarin teacher on social media platform because I got zero sponsorship from no brands. However, I know that some other social media influencers who are teaching Chinese like me, like teaching crazy stuff. I checked their page, okay? You know what I'm talking about because these people, they'll sometimes checking other people's profile. So I'm sure that you know who I'm talking about. Those people, they got sponsorships because when I see their reels, I see products. That means what? One thing, they're sponsored. I have no people reach out to me that they want to collapse and offer me money. So I just feel like a loser. I can only earn money by teaching people one-on-one in private, and that's very slow. Even though like I charge $30, so what? Still slow money to make. It feels like in this life I can never be rich as I wish. And it also kills me that my mom doesn't want to spend money on herself because she always thinks that she has so many responsibilities on her shoulder. Before I find a female partner, or get married, before she see I can just have a good family, she want to devote her whole life to me still until I can find my own partner. So this is some kind of pressure she's pushing on me. Do you guys understand? Even though her heart is good, she's trying to do things at my best. But on the other hand, have she thought about how much of pressure I will feel? So, and it really kills me that she doesn't want to spend money on her own. She's not willing to spend money on a trip. She doesn't want to buy good bags, not even clothes. Like a few days ago, we went to this supermarket. There's like a really nice pajama I want to buy her. But when she checked the price, it's only 15, not 50, $15. $15. She doesn't want to spend money on that type of pajama because she's willing to purchase like $5 pajama. That's like the example I want to show you. So it really just makes me feel sad. I really want to cry, when I think about it. Like I really want to cry, because this just torture my heart. My mom doesn't want to be good to herself because all she thinks about is her son. But I am a happy person if she doesn't restrict me so much. So mom, just please let me go. Let me be a free spirit and just do whatever I want.